And hello, everyone. It is Sunday, December 27th, 2020. Happy holidays, everyone, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or winter solstice. We're just going to talk about stuff I got basically for Christmas. Trying to be a little bit festive. Some people have been asking about whether or not I got the new glasses. Well, technically, these are the new glasses, but they're the same frames. So this is the computer pair. I do have a different set though for reading and drawing, which is a different frame. So I'll put those on so you guys can see what those look like. You see they're a little bit thinner on the. Here we go. Much thinner frame. I think you can tell comparatively on the new pair. These are my reading glasses. And so you see what the difference is there. And that's pretty much what I got for my sunglasses as well, is the same frames as these. So that's what I got for the glasses. So no one can needs to ask me about that anymore. Put those to the side, put my computer glasses back on. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's see. I got a lot of stuff that I didn't expect to get. I still got stuff coming in the mail. Well, I guess we'll start with the art supplies. I got alcohol ink markers, flesh tones, and grays. These are El Cheapos, I guess you could say. They're like $5 for 12, and they were on sale on top of that. So I got two sets of that, and then I got the colors as well, which had the blues and reds and greens and stuff like that. Sorry about the reflection on the thing. But same sort of thing. They're pretty equivalent to Prismacolor alcohol markers, which some people don't like as well as the Copics, but I'm not going to complain for you know what am I at the $3 for 12. What is that? 40 cents a marker. I'm not going to complain. My dad also got me a set of 14 artist pens from the same company. And then he got me a set of grayscale gray tones. I guess there's 7 markers in here of grays as well. So that's the art supplies for the most part. He also got me these sketchbooks from Artist Loft. I don't know how good they are. I like the texture of the cover. I haven't used this kind of paper. I don't know how it's going to take, so I'll do some little experimentation on it and see what happens off camera. And when I do that, if I like what I see, what I'll end up doing is probably getting more of these and then putting like cover logos on the stuff and selling the sketchbooks with an original cover and then a 2-page illustration right inside, and then like skip a page and then do an illustration myself and then sell that as a sketchbook, and people could buy it like sketchbook that they can have other artists draw. So that's a possibility. We'll see how that goes later next year. Okay, comics. I got stuff, but I got so much stuff this year that I haven't read that I kind of feel like everything I haven't read was for Christmas. I'm not going to show off all 137 books, okay? Yeah, I got a stack here, but stuff I haven't gotten to that I need to read was like Bob Francis Ninja Nuns one shot that I got the order for uh, online. I I gotta find it. Where'd it go? Oh, it's at the bottom, of course. Of course, they're at the bottom. I already showed that I got these a while ago. I haven't gotten around to reading them, but these are the Gladstone School one shots, or actually double sided stories with Skull Brothers and Martian Jones and Mummy Girl and Ghost Girl. I got on the flip side is the Martian Jones of the Skull Brothers. They're both flip books, and the same thing with Mummy Girl and Ghost Girl. Now, I have read Ghost Girl before because Mark Andrew Smith had me review it privately, but other than that, I haven't had a chance to get to those yet. So that's some of the stuff I'll be reading between now and the end of the year, and getting reviews ready for next season, which starts on January 7th. I did read back issue 124. This is about just the monster comics of the Bronze Age in general. Man Thing has some nice here. Not so much reflection now, but that's nice cover by Rudy Nebrez. Has some nice articles in there. I enjoyed reading that. I tend to enjoy reading the back issue magazine. They usually have some pretty interesting articles. So I got that. And like I said, I got so many graphic novels, it would be ridiculous to go through them all. But we'll review all that stuff starting next year. Got a couple of face masks. You know, we all need them. Got some music CDs. For those of you who don't know, I tend to prefer country music and a little bit of alternative rock and stuff like that. End up with the Derailers Reverb Deluxe. A lot of the stuff is older material, at least 10 to 15 years old, maybe older. The Wreckers, Stand Still, Look Pretty. That's Michelle Branch's group that she had briefly paired up, and I can't think of the other singer's name off the top of my head, and I apologize for that. But they only did the one album before they broke up. Pam Tillis, All This Love is the name of the album. Sarah McLachlan, Touch, which was from 1988, which was before I knew she was actually in music. I didn't realize she was around that long. Kind of learned a little something about that. And Rodney Crowell, Diamonds and Dirt, which was a classic 88 release. This is a remastered edition from 2010, I think. And I also got an REO Speedwagon album, which I haven't. Yay, he's saying. Mark Andrew Smith from Gladstone is saying yay. Eric Church is good. Yeah, Eric's good. I just didn't get any new Eric stuff this year. But I do have some Eric Church in my collection of music. Let's see. Oh, what's it doing here? Just a second. It's telling me I need to correct something here. Sorry about that. There, that's it was supposed to be showing that, and it wasn't. All right. I also got a bunch of DVDs, starting with Thundar the Barbarian. Actually, we're not going to do that way. We'll do another way. Let me see if I can get it to work the other way. Should be able to. There we go. All right, there's the DVD. But you don't have to see all the glare. You can actually see what the thing looks like now. And this is the complete series, created by Steve Gerber, Joe Ruby and Ken Spears, starring the voices of Robert Ridgely, Nellie Bellflower, and Henry Corden. Produced by Ruby Spears in 1980. This is the complete 4-disc set. And the story takes place circa 3994, approximately 2,000 years, in a post-apocalyptic Earth that was destroyed in 1994 after a runaway planet passes by between the Earth and the Moon's orbits, splitting the Moon in half and wiping away Earth's atmosphere. 2,000 years later, Earth is reborn, a world of savagery, super science, and sorcery. Thundar and his companions Ukla the Muck and Princess Ariel, a sorceress, travel to the New Earth to protect humans from monsters, wizards, and those who would oppress the innocent. This is one of my favorite overall cartoons of the 80s. Had to get this. I've watched about half the discs so far. It still holds up 40 years after the original airings of the show. There were some things here and there that as an adult I caught right away. Things like one of the enemies, Gemini, one of the evil wizards. They had the faces mixed up sometimes, or the voices mixed up with the wrong face, because Gemini has a two-faced head that spins around and has an evil side and not so much a good side, but just not like angry glowing eye face type thing. But sometimes they had the voices mixed up with that. Ironically, the voice actor who does that role of Gemini is Alan Oppenheimer, better known as Skeletor from He-Man and Masters of the Universe, and he uses very similar voice for the character of Gemini in that series. Some other things like that, but I wouldn't have caught them at 8 years old when I originally watched the show. I have to say I'm surprised after watching the series that it's never been rebooted. After all, you see a lot of stuff that gets rebooted. Hello to John Norris. I hope you're doing well. Almost everything gets rebooted these days from animation, so I'm surprised this one hasn't. There's so much richness and depth to the world building and so much potential for a new series. But then I turn around and think, given how poorly the remakes are done, as a rule, I'm kind of glad it's not been done yet. Yes, Thundar. And unfortunately, a lot of the writers and people behind the show are no longer with us to do it right or oversee it in any way, shape, or form. People you probably don't realize who was on this. If you watch the show, you'll see it. But Jack Kirby, Alex Toth, the late Steve Gerber, all those people are no longer with us. But Steve Gerber was like co-creator. They had Buzz Dixon, they had Mark Evanier, they had Martin Pasco, quite a few people that were very well received in the 70s and 80s comics and children's animation television programming at the time. So, like I said, one of the best series I think that was ever done for stuff. And it's really a shame that there's only 21 episodes made one season of this. I don't know why people, I guess it probably got cut by the censors, not so much the censors, but the parental groups thinking it was too violent or some other nonsense. We had a lot worse than Thundar on the air back then, I can tell you that much. Anyway, I gave it up for 7, and ages 7 and up, I give it a 5-star rating. A little more current stuff that I saw and got was Star Wars Resistance Complete Season 1 DVD, starring the voice of Christopher Sean, Bobby Moynihan, Susie McGrath, Scott Lawrence, Myrna Velasco, Josh Brenner, Donald Faison, Jim Rash, Lex Lang, which is a really funny name because I think Lex Luthor, Lana Lang, type thing going there. And of course, Oscar Isaac is Poe Dameron. David Filoni created this, and it was developed by Filoni, Kiri Hart, and Carrie Beck, produced by Lucasfilm and Disney. And what it's about is this series follows Kazuda Xiono, a New Republic pilot who was recruited by the Resistance to spy on the growing threat of the First Order. The first season begins 6 months before the events of the Force Awakens movie and is happening coinciding with the events of Force Awakens by episode 17 out of the 21 issues that are in this, or 21 episodes rather, that are in this season. Kazuda is sent to work on the Colossus, which is a fueling station on the ocean planet of Castellan. His mission is to spy on the inhabitants of the base, particularly the ace pilots and Captain Doza, the head of the station, to uncover any First Order activities. He gets placed in the employ of Jaeger, who's a friend of Poe Dameron's. Jaeger's a former Resistance pilot, and he got out of the thing before it really got going because he lost his family. So that gets told a little bit in the first season. But anyway, Kaz is going to have to pretend to be a mechanic, even though he's completely incompetent in such a role. He gets befriended by Jaeger's crew, Tam Rivera, that's the black female on the left, and Nico Voza, which is the guy in the yellow, second, Kaz is the guy in the green jacket, and Nico is the green skinned guy. Tora Doza is the one carrying around the helmet, and of course you all recognize BB-8. BB-8 is kind of like with Kaz for much of this time. But anyway, he gets into many misadventures. He makes friends with Tora, the captain's teenage pilot daughter, and goes on excursions with Poe Dameron. And he meets Sonara-san, who's a pirate whom Kaz and Poe find out in space and bring her to the Colossus, which quickly lends her to be a spy for the pirates that are attacking the platform and help them on their attempts to steal goods from the base. And because of the pirates' success, the First Order, who pay the pirates to attack the platform and attempt to kidnap Tora Doza, much to Sonara's own dismay, she didn't know they were going to do that. The First Order are allowed a presence on the Colossus, and soon after, the First Order tries to take over the entire station, and it's up to Kaz and his friends to force them off the station and regain their freedom. Very well done show. Of course, it is Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni seems to do everything right when it comes to Star Wars, like other people who have been involved in the program. There are a few characters I was kind of iffy about. I don't like Niku as a character, personality-wise. He's kind of like the Jar Jar Binks of the show. He's really the only character that gets under my skin a little bit. He gets used a lot. And he's kind of like the comedy relief character, but he's so annoying that he doesn't really strike me as comedy at times, I guess. But I don't want to see the character get killed off. He's just annoying, I guess you could say. Another character I don't like is one of the ace pilots, is an ex-Imperial fighter pilot who goes around with his TIE fighter helmet on, and he has Imperial insignia tattoos on him, which, kind of, the Empire's destroyed at this point, but if you walked around a station, even if it's on the outer rim, and they saw you with Imperial tattoos all across your biceps, I think they would give you dirty looks and not like you very much. But, whatever. But that character's a background character. We haven't really learned that much about him in the first season, so we'll see if that matters later on. I do enjoy that the show is Star Wars without all the damn Jedi trappings. There's virtually nothing in this show that has anything to do with the Force whatsoever. There's like 2 kids that are found refugees that Kaz helps protect and keep hidden. on the base, and they may be force sensitive characters, but it's never really spelled out as such. But it's inferred that that could be what's going on with that. But it's like a very minor subplot that really doesn't get addressed. It might get addressed in the next season. We don't know. I guess the second season's already aired, but this is my first exposure to it because I don't have Disney Plus. So overall, though, I did enjoy the show. I recommend it for ages 10 and up instead of 7 and up like I did with Thunder. This has a little more nuanced political drama and stuff that I don't think a 7-year-old will quite understand necessarily, but a 10-year-old should be able to figure out, especially for parents watching it with them. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. And well, that wasn't what I wanted. Sorry about that. Here we go. Last video I got that we're going to review today is called Final Voyage, starring Torben Fulmer, Milan Pessel, and Vincenz Thorpe. He does a voice of a computer. It's written and directed by Marcel Barry, and it's a German movie that was adapted for the U.S. audience, direct to video. It's about 2 outlaws on the run, and they encounter an old abandoned spaceship out in the desert. And the last minute, they escape their pursuers into space and set off in search of a new home. More and more, however, they are drawn into fundamentally different directions, while Adam discovers the ship's enigmatic past. Novak is increasingly drawn into the spell of a hypnotic power, mysterious hypnotic power, if you will. And my thoughts on this is that this is a movie that's a throwback to the 70s and 80s auteur science fiction movies. It's gritty and understated, not a whole lot of computer graphic. In fact, there's basically no computer CGI in this movie. It's all traditional graphics. It's a slow burn storyline. It builds from like a kind of like a Das Boot realism to existential philosophy from like what you might have seen in the movie Solaris. The performances by the cast are terrific. The production design and effects are very well done for traditional classic stuff. If you're looking for your typical action science fiction or your campy retro science fiction, this isn't what you want. This is an intellectual, philosophical science fiction movie. But if you are a fan of minimalist dramas that explore the human condition in outer space, in this case, then this is a film for you. I recommend it for ages 13 and up, and I give it 4 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much my stuff I got and have watched as far as the videos go. I did get some more videos. I also got New Mutants, which as you can see is still in the plastic. Haven't watched it. Watchmen, still in the plastic. That's the HBO TV series. Haven't watched that yet. And then I got this for free. My dad pulled it out of the free video section over at Second and Charles. It's like an Austin City Limits performance by Susan Tedeschi. He doesn't know who it is, but I guess she's a kind of like Texas outlaw country, maybe, but we'll see. He wants to watch that. That's why I haven't watched it yet. So I have to watch that with him. So I will watch that later. But yeah, there's a lot of other stuff that, as far as the comics go, that I could show, but I think I'm going to wait. So what all did you guys get? I know what John got because I pretty much gave him his Christmas. He got a Shazam omnibus, a poster, the Venomverse comic book that I did the illustration on a couple weeks ago for him, and a couple of other comic books as well. But who else watching? I'm still waiting, like I said, to get some stuff in the mail. Let me see if I can show you what that stuff is. Okay, I can share that with you guys. Just give me a second. I'm getting 2 of these. Let me see if I can get that pulled up a little bit more. There you go. And as you can see, this particular brand of technical pens, this is a technical pen set. It's been discontinued. They've only got 18 left. I ordered 2 of these because the technical pen sets are so hard to come by anymore. Everything's done on computers, so they don't have the traditional tools anymore. I was looking for Marsmatics, which they don't make anymore. And this was like the closest thing I could come to that, because the repeatograph technical pens, which are basically the same things, they're hard to come by anymore as well online. So, and you can't even get them at stores anymore, it seems like. He got money in a 2021 planner as well. Well, money's always good, right? We can always use money. You got more than my cat got. I got 2 of these anyway that they're coming in the mail. They were sent, I think they were shipped out on Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, or this week rather. I don't know. But my cat, oh, I didn't see you were complaining, John. My cat got a little stocking about this big, and it had a Jingle Bell ball in it that my dad put inside, and he found a plastic drinking straw that I had. He took it out of one of my containers for smoothies. It's just a regular straw. It's not a thing that goes with that particular container. It's not something special. It's just a typical straw you would buy, a stack of 100 of them or whatever. The kind that they give you at the restaurants. And he took that out of there and he took it downstairs and played with that for about 4 hours straight. That was his Christmas. It was funny because he got the straw first. He found that and was playing with it. And my dad gave him the stocking. And he's like, well, okay, it's making sound. He finally got the ball out. He looks at the ball like, well, hell, I got one of those. I don't need that. And goes back to his straw. Plays with the straw. So that was an amusing thing with the cat. He didn't really play with wrapping paper like we expected him to. He did last year, but not this year. Not sure why. So that was kind of amusing. But yeah, my dad got some CDs and a novel, and what else did he get? Oh, he got batteries for his scooter chair because his batteries were going dead again. It's like you got to replace them every year these days, unfortunately. But so we got that. Some sleeping pants, So that was pretty much his Christmas. But yeah, but like I said, I got so much stuff to read. This is just the singles, folks. And I've got two giant boxes full of the trades to read. But I did get, like I said, I got that back issue read, and I'll do a review of that back issue. And I read a couple of other magazines that I gotten, a heavy metal magazine and another industry interview type magazine. I can't remember the name of it right now, but that's what I've read since Christmas Day, as well as watching Resistance and Thundar. And if you figure Resistance is 21 half-hour episodes, that's 11 hours spent. And then another 10 episodes of Thundar, that's 16 hours just on the videos. And then, like I said, I had to watch, I read the couple of things there, and I've done some other things as well because I can't just read and watch videos all the time. I got to do some other things. So, but yeah, we'll definitely have that ready. On December 30th, that'll be 3 days from now. That'll be on, let's see, is it a Wednesday or a Tuesday? It's on Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday will be the final, well, it's not the final episode because final episode was last week for the season, but I'll have my preview for the, for season 3. And we'll reintroduce John's new opening theme music. We'll review that a little bit, and hopefully we'll have the new opening sequence for the show because I'm going to have a new opening graphic for that, but we'll have to wait and see. And that's pretty much it for today. I wasn't planning on doing a long episode. I hope that people who watched had a good holiday. Hey, Mark, what did you get your doggy for Christmas? If you're still watching. Sorry about that. But just waiting to see if Mark's able, because he said he was going out visit a friend for repeat. Oh, what did you get your dog for Christmas, if anything? Right. Didn't get him anything, but he gets things all the time. That's true. Why spoil them some more, right? uh, like I said, I got my cat. The cat got himself a plastic straw, and my dad gave him a little stocking with one of those Jingle Bell balls in it. But you know, it is what it is. We do what we can for our little fur monsters. Alrighty, folks. I will see you guys on Wednesday the 30th with the preview of season 3. Then if you want to reach me, You can reach me on Facebook at Lewis.BrightRaven, on Twitter at LewisBrightRave2, DeviantArt.com/BrightRaven on DeviantArt, Quoth the Raven, Lewis Brightraven on YouTube, Quoth the Raven LBR72 at gmail.com, or LewisBrightRaven at yahoo.com. The regular podcast airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, you have a good rest of the weekend too. Have a safe trip where you're headed, and have a good meal and good friendship. Mark.